Alrighty guys, welcome back to some more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last episode, we got to finish up Act 1 of the game, where we went down to the sewers to track down a kid that has been seen in a couple of the other games. He was the leader of a gang called Desire, but this time he'd actually been turned into some sort of demon. After tracking him down with Jorda, as well as the help of two surprise characters, Rishamao and Ren, we were able to defeat him and end the day. And so, we now have access to 3 different routes to take on July 10th. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all that out of the way, let's get into it. Based off the time frame we are hopping into, that means the rocket launch is only 2 days away. Unless they're counting wrong, because they were saying 3 days on July 9th. So, we're going to go ahead and open up with Reen's route number 1, an invitation to Basel. Act 2, White Shadows. That's the Thor's logo. That's not the Spriggan logo. That's cool. July 9th, 12:09, 9:50 p.m.
Looks like that Spriggan was actually pretty useful. Things are moving right along.
He does conduct field tests for Marduk after all, and his group even resolved that prior incident. We're getting close to a solution for our own issue, correct?
Yep, the ID slot expansion's nearly wrapped up, so we should be able to begin Phase 2 by tomorrow. I'll be the one handling that, of course. Could you contact the others in the meantime?
Affirmative. It's the least I can do, since I can't help with development. You have my continued support, Mr. Sacred. Please give my regards to Chief Plato.
Will do.
That's cool.
Seem like you've got your hands full. Just be careful not to overdo it, Orion.
I was actually about to say, I think that's the little boy from the Crossbell saga. But that is, I forget his first name, but his last name's Sacred. Jonah, I think. Jonah Sacred?
Not at all. I haven't done much to help since yesterday. I should have spent more time studying hardware instead of just software programming.
You've done more than enough, seeing as you've been helping out at both Thor's Academy and the Foundation. That was Yona, right? From the Crossbell branch?
Well,
I bet I'd hardly
there's the name.
recognize him or Chief Plato. Not to mention Kia from the SSS, or even that Star Princess girl.
You're right. I was lucky to see them all when we visited Yuna's place. He has grown so much, but she still can't keep up with Sully.
I think you've grown a bit too, Altina. Aren't you about 3 reach taller than Milliam?
That's true. But I feel lacking when comparing our proportions. How vexing. I guess this is what sets people apart.
Well, you're only 17. And there's plenty of time to grow. Look at Fee. She's 20, but she's still growing bit by bit.
If you say so. Instructor Toa, on the other hand...
No need to spell it out. She's well aware.
You can say that again. Better be careful she doesn't hear you talking about it behind her back. She doesn't skimp on her morning glass of milk, even now. When we saw her last month, Jellica and I teased her about it until she had smoke coming out of her ears.
Jeez, no wonder she got mad. You two never change.
Even though you're so far apart, you still manage to see each other quite often.
That goes for you too, or I should say that goes for all of us in Class 7. Can't deny we've been pretty active all over the place, even after everything that went down in Crossbell. Who'd have thought that even with my head start, we'd end up in Calvert together?
Yeah. Hard to think our nations were at war with each other until just 3 years ago. Now Calvard is a superpower in its own league, about to accomplish something unheard of. I just can't believe the presidential office invited us to have front row seats.
Tell me about it. I looked into it some on the side while I was on my assignment in the Free Cities.
We will soon be arriving at our destination near Basel, Province de Uge, in the Calvard Republic. We ask that you please not forget any of your personal items and prepare to disembark. For the 2 machine units being transported, the team on location will handle...
I see lights down below. That must be it.
The home of the Vern Group, and also a renowned university.
Yep. Basel really is the most cutting-edge city in the Republic.
Well, we should
It all
have...
started back in May, when the Republic launched their first ever rocket into outer space. Announced internationally without warning, their comms and observation satellite was up in orbit only a month afterward. The Republic's and the President's intentions weren't clear, which left the continent in a panic. Our Erebonian Empire was no exception.
Official diplomatic and covert channels made repeated, frantic requests to confirm the Republic's intentions, to no avail. While Thor's military academy coordinated its own intelligence efforts between campuses, including students and alumnus. That was when the Republic reached out to Thor's and the Imperial government with a sudden request. In the spirit of technological and human cooperation, we invite 2 of the Empire's finest Panzer Soldat pilots to a space program training exercise. If possible, we would like to welcome the Ashen and Azure Chevaliers associated with Thor's military academy. And that invitation came from none other than the space program's HQ and the presidential office. As a result, after much consideration by the Empire and Thor's, my helper for this trip, Altina Orion, and I, Reen Schwarzer, headed to Orid State. There we reunited with Crow, who'd been working out of the Free Cities, and set off to Calvard. Our friends Toa Herschel and Fee Clausel, who were already in the Republic, will be meeting up with us there to help out.
Of course, the night before this trip, I received one more surprise. A message from someone completely unexpected.
The time is nigh. The 8 leaves must come together as one, and cut a path to the land where the heavens turn. It is after your fateful clash with the Black God that you will find your true blade.
It was a letter from a man I hadn't seen in nearly 6 years. The man who taught me the way of the sword. The founder of the 8 Leaves One Blade School. My master, Yun Ka-Fai, the Sword Hermit.
I hope we get to use the mechs in this game. This is at 10 p.m. on July 9th. Near Basel, the Ort Proving Grounds. This is going to be so cool, man. It's going to be like playing Trails of Cold Steel with this group. So sick. Reen Route 1, an invitation to Basel.
Reen Schwarzer, Crow Armbrust, and all your associates. Welcome to the Calvard Aerospace Force's Ort Proving Ground. Present arms! Salute the heroes of our ally, Erebonia.
Hot damn.
Whoa, what's all this?
I think her name's Patty. For whatever reason, that's coming to mind. That green-haired mechanic. This is General Daniel Haring. We've seen him on the
My
TV,
name
but this is our first time
Daniel
meeting him.
Haring. I am the commander of the Calvard Aerospace Force. I have the pleasure of being the one in charge of Project Startaker and overseeing this special exercise. I look forward to working with you, Schwarzer, Armbrust, and Orion.
Allow me to introduce myself properly. My name is Reen Schwarzer. To be honest, I never imagined such a warm welcome.
Yeah, you really rolled out the red carpet. But don't you think it was a bit much?
Indeed. Their impeccable timing suggests practice.
Sorry for the unexpected surprise. It was President Gramhart's request, with as much grandeur as possible and the utmost respect. So he said. After all, we owe Thors quite a debt for putting a stop to the Great War on its first day, only 3 years ago.
That was so cool. That little photo we had there.
I wouldn't give us that much credit. It was only possible thanks to the ceasefire and the efforts of the Republican Army in Operation Meal Mirage.
The fact that the appointed commander came from another nation was a huge shock to everyone at the time. It's said that the one who made the final decision to give him command of Calvard's troops, in spite of opposition, was you, General Haring.
You certainly know your stuff. To tell the truth, I've known Lieutenant General Bright for a long time. That the incoming president also knew him personally was a crucial factor.
Is that really true?
I see. I mean, I heard he was a former soldier, but...
From what I'm told, the Ashen Chevalier, still more or less a child at the time, was put through a lot during the armed conflicts 5 years ago. Despite that, he managed to repel our forces with ease, taking great pains to minimize casualties even among his enemies. Those soldiers stand here today. No doubt their enthusiasm played a role in your well-deserved welcome.
I'm truly honored.
He comes off as friendly enough, but the Intelligence Division's rating places him among the highest threat levels.
I don't doubt for a second he's more than he's letting on. And it sounds like he and President Gramhart are pretty tight.
Now then, the joint exercise will be held tomorrow at 1300 hours. I've already arranged for you to stay at a hotel in the city this evening, so I hope you'll take the night to unwind and refresh. Once we finish with the exercise, we'll celebrate with a proper reception, featuring some light refreshments and appetizers.
No doubt we'll be under close surveillance.
We'll be looking forward to it. Also, about tomorrow's arrangements.
Actually, I hate to bring this up after you've gone through all the trouble. But thanks to some pals of ours, we've already got tonight's accommodations figured out.
What do you mean?
Let them in.
Yes, sir!
Does that vehicle belong to the guild?
Oh, don't tell me. Toa and Fee?
We weren't supposed to meet until tomorrow. I actually managed to get all my stuff done and get here early. Same here. Though I'm still a little distracted by what's been going on in the capital.
Are these Thors folks seriously just going to ignore us? I don't know what you're planning, but for security reasons, these people will be staying...
We appreciate your concern, but you don't need to fret.
The professor's house has all of the latest security features, so you won't have to worry about your guests of honor, right?
It's been a long time, Professor. Apologies for making you come all the way here, despite your busy schedule.
It's no trouble at all, General. The plan has almost come to fruition thanks to your hard work. As it happens, I'm already acquainted with your guests, so I was happy to offer my home. I hope I'm not overstepping.
Not at all. If you'll have them, then we'll leave their accommodations to you. By the look of it, you have transportation handled as well. Please rest well tonight, everyone. Someone from the presidential office will stop by to see you in the morning. Please refer to them if you have any questions about tomorrow's arrangements.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you. I've heard a lot about you, actually. I never could have expected this would be where we'd run into each other, though.
Professor Schmidt told me you've been researching East Zemuria's desertification.
That's right, though recent developments regarding the space program have brought me back home. And I decided to help you all out after I got a call from Toa.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, is that so? I guess she did attend that symposium in the Republic back in April.
Reen, Crow, everything's unloaded. Tier piece included.
Oh, that's who we heard earlier, was the mechanic on the phone. Mint, that's her name. Yeah, that's crazy that Mint's making an appearance.
That little squirt of a mechanic speaks a language all her own.
Now that's just plain rude, Crow. Don't you know I'm a grown woman who also happens to have a boyfriend? Huh? V and President Toa? Weren't you two meeting up tomorrow?
We're a bit early. Long time no see.
It's nice to see you too, Mint. Well, I'm glad you made it. Whoa! That's one of the Republic's assault frames? And she's supposed to be an adult?
Hey, Mint! Don't get too carried away.
Nah, it's fine. Leave her be. I heard she's helping out Professor Schmidt. Well, there's no doubt the girl's got plenty of experience. For tonight, we'll conduct the final inspection and make sure your machines are in tip-top condition.
Thank you. I'm Reen Schwarzer, by the way.
The name's Crow Armbrust. And my machine's got more than a few quirks, so best of luck. Honestly, it's been a minute since anyone from Reinford's had a look.
Oh, that's so cool. Reen's personal unit manufactured by the Reinford Company. Tierfing Type S Saber. Crow's personal unit manufactured by the Reinford Company. Tierfing Type X Cross.
Is that so? Just leave it to me. Esmere's been around, but I haven't seen you since April, Professor. Well, there's a torrent of things I've been meaning to discuss with you, but work's kept me busy.
That's quite all right. I know you're as dedicated to the space program as anyone. I'm the one who should be sorry since I haven't been able to help out.
Nonsense. This isn't something someone like you needs to get involved with.
Well, there's a lot to take care of, but you can leave it to us.
Speaking of which, it's getting quite late. Shall we head to Basel?
Yes, let's. Unfortunately, someone will have to squeeze into the Lino.
That won't be necessary.
An orbital bike? When did you sneak something like that in?
Oh, I did see them put in some extra cargo before takeoff.
Wait, that isn't from Reinford. It's from Etwas, the luxury car manufacturer.
Crow? Care to explain?
Hey, come on. Back in the Free Cities, a ride like this, let's keep a low profile.
How dare you cheat with another brand?
Don't give me that. Even Jellica and George wanted to drive one.
Classic Crow and Toa.
Makes sense that they get like this when they're together. They've known each other longer than us. Speaking of, it's good to see you again. It's been since April, hasn't it? I'll be counting on you.
Sure, I won't let you down.
Looks like we won't have to split up then, huh?
Oh, it's about 20 minutes to Basel. It's dark out, so everybody drives safe.
I'm relieved they got there safely, and the Professor's offer is within our expectations. I'll dispatch a representative tomorrow morning. Tell me, how do you feel about our chances of success?
Hard to say. Opportunities like this don't come for free. so I'd be grateful if they could at least knock some sense into that daughter of mine. With their guidance, I put the odds at 50-50.
Got it. They just called us here to train his daughter to go to space. I see.
So this is the abandoned road to Ort. I'd heard there was an old gunship blocking the way until last October.
This might be even grander than Ruhr.
No kidding. Here we've got nature, medieval streets, and a cutting-edge city all living side by side.
The aero trams are amazing too. And all the way up there is...
Yep, the most prestigious research institute in all of Calvert, the Basel Institute of Science. That dome is the famous astronomical observatory.
Here we go. 2 days until launch.
Wow, it's delicious.
Oh. Mmm. The cheese is exquisite. Oh, and this bread is so fluffy. Even this potato thing?
That's another one of Basel's specialties, a potato pancake called Rusty. You fry shredded potatoes in a frying pan until they're nice and crispy on the outside.
I see. It sure sounds tasty.
Sounds like hash browns.
Yummy.
Good grief. You wouldn't guess that you ladies were staying in someone else's home.
They're not wrong, though. It's all really good. Does it have something to do with the ingredients? Maybe the local water?
That's correct. The water here has been essential for the leaps we've made technologically in Basel. From maintaining critical machinery to aiding in the production of high-precision optical lenses. In fact, didn't the city of Ruhr also contain high-quality subterranean water?
You're right. It's actually melted snow from the mountains.
This has been quite educational.
Now then, since today will be quite busy, why don't we enjoy some dessert a little early? I hope you don't mind.
Ta-da! Introducing the Professor's Special Engadine. It's a news tort packed with plenty of walnuts and nougat.
I want some.
Man, I can see why that Arkwright guy was totally sold on this place.
Yeah. Apparently one of his assistants grew up here, too.
So, we'll be going head-to-head with the Republic's newest assault frame. That's about the long and short of it. Yep. I'm not at a liberty to dive into specifics, though. But I can say that Professor Cronkite designed it, so it's in a league of its own compared to other assault frame models. They placed you in charge of the cockpit's life support system, you correct? Yeah, mainly to help with the air tightness and oxygen concentration. Oh, but you all didn't hear that from me. Guess our hunch was right on the mirror then. Indeed, that new model will definitely be put to use in that project of theirs. No doubt about it. So the dummy unit that launched 2 days ago was for that new model, right? That seems to be the case, yes. From what we saw, its proportions didn't match the Zychris ones even a little bit. Sorry, we probably shouldn't be talking about this now considering your position in all of this. No, it's totally fine, especially since you and the Tech Union are pretty tight-knit. Project Startaker is an undertaking of the utmost importance for the Republic. However, while a broader discussion of the usage of space has yet to take place, the opinions and perspectives of other nations in Zemuria shouldn't be brushed aside. Naturally, expanding the orbital network and putting a stop to the desertification in the east remain essential goals of the project. In fact, the project scale is so vast that no single engineer can grasp the whole picture. Though the President, General Haring, and Professor Cronkite understand it in and out, of course. Compared to them, me and Giscard know surprisingly little. It seems that the other departments in the government and the media are similarly in the dark. And I'm sure it wouldn't shock you to learn that the CID is behind it up. Oh? Come to think of it, wasn't a representative from the presidential office coming today? Yeah, that's what they told us. Speak of the devil and he shall arrive.
I apologize for arriving so early in the morning. My name
I was gonna say, is it
Kincaid?
Kincaid?
I'm an aide to President Gramhart.
How did he get here so fast? He was with us last night.
As you may already know, today's exercise begins at 1 p.m. You'll be joining us at the Ort Proving Ground, where you arrived last night. There, you'll participate in a mock battle with our new assault frame model. Of course, you still have plenty of time to enjoy Basel at your leisure before noon. I'd advise against wandering too far, but you might enjoy a stroll down to the canyon, and you can trust that there won't be surveillance of any kind. You have my word.
We understand. Thank you for taking the time to see us. To be perfectly honest, I assumed we'd be restricted to some degree.
Given this guy's reputation, I can't help but feel there's something suspicious going on.
Indeed. During the war, he easily managed to stay several steps ahead of the Intelligence Division spies. Crow, Altina, don't say stuff like that! I'm so sorry, Mr. Kincaid.
Based on my run-ins with him, it does sound a bit fishy.
Please, consider our trust as an expression of respect and admiration from the President, and by extension, the Republic itself. Though, if I were to be frank, we're somewhat lacking in manpower, and therefore do not have the means to chaperone. Why, I myself just arrived here at Basel Airport first thing this morning.
That came out of nowhere.
I suppose we should expect as much from someone whose lecture's equal in the intel world.
I see. I'm sure you must have a lot going on. I've heard a bit about it from Arkwright.
It seems his group has been busy. In any event, please keep in mind we will be unable to provide you with an escort, though I don't expect you'll need one. However, we can give you this.
Received an A-rank security card.
Wait, is that a...
It's a card that gives us access to important city facilities. But rank A?
That's the equivalent of a management position or higher at the Verne Company. But that's the same rank as me.
I'd venture the presidential office made an official request to Mr. Towsend.
Correct. It will only be valid during the duration of your stay, but please take it as a token of our kindest regards. With that card, you will gain access to not only the aerotrams, but nearly everywhere else within the city. This is a rare privilege, so I hope you'll put it to use to enjoy your stay in Basel and engage with everything we have to offer. And with that, I'll be taking my leave. Expect me to check in with you as a courtesy around 11:30 a.m. One last thing. We don't concern ourselves with the matters of other organizations' assignments, so do as you please.
What's that supposed to mean?
Got it. Thanks for letting us know.
We'll be sure to show up at the training area on time.
From the sound of it, you've got one hell of a full plate. We'll do our best not to pile any more work on you.
If you would be so kind. I hesitate to call this a show of good faith, but just so you're aware, I received confirmation that the Sword Hermit has entered the Republic.
Wait, for real?
Keep in mind, though, this intel is about 3 days old. We haven't heard anything from him since then. Well, that's all from me. Until next time.
Seems the rumors didn't do him justice. Can't believe he was able to track Master of all people. Seriously, and I hear that swordswoman's friend of yours has a finger in the pie in the presidential office is cooking up. As I recall, she aided in obstructing entry to the mountain range while construction on the space station was ongoing. Yep, from my expertise, she was even more of a force to be reckoned with than Reen had described. Both she and Mr. Kincaid were real lifesavers during that incident in March. You can say that again. We definitely owe them a debt of thanks. I wonder how Katre and Van feel about all this. Let's just hope that any misunderstandings will be cleared up once the space program is concluded. We'll be taking our leave soon, but please make yourselves at home. Feel free to have a cup of coffee or some snacks if you'd like. I set it up so that you can use your security card to unlock the door. Wow, you didn't have to go to all that trouble for us. Thank you. We'll all be in the capital in a couple days, right? We should meet up and shoot the breeze again. Yeah, it was interesting hearing your stories about Professor Schmidt when he was young. I was impressed to learn he had always had such a frank personality. I'd be delighted to have another chat with you all. Oh, before I leave, Toa, regarding that facility we talked about before, it can be accessed with that card too. You're welcome to stop by this evening. I'll leave the manual there along with your grandfather's old research notes. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well then, we've got a while before noon. It's been 2 years since I last visited the Republic, and this is my first time in Basel. I'd like to take this chance to do some sightseeing. That reminds me, didn't you and Arkwright hash something out earlier, Fee? About us taking care of 4 SPGs in his place? Yeah. I spread the word around already, so we might find a post or two on the bulletin boards. That sounds like an interesting method for petitioning help, though wouldn't it be simpler to undertake them as a guild request? Maybe, but in the Republic, the Guild and the police often share information and work together to some extent. I think this is for people who have more gray area problems, and as such, may not want to go through those channels. That's about it in a nutshell. There's also the fact the CID's been keeping a close eye on the Guild lately. Anyway, circling back to requests, if we see any wanted monsters ones on the board, it might not be a bad idea to take them on. Yeah, I could go for a good warm-up. Gotta get ourselves back into ass-kicking form before the exercise, you know? Right. Let's remember to link up our Zyphus before then, too. Now, as for our sightseeing, how about we start with the Artisanal District, then move to Newtown and the Institute of Science? Actually, let's hold a beat on the Institute. Finals are being held there right now, so I think it may be better to visit in the evening instead. And, if we have time, there's a facility there I'd really like to check out. Got it. We'd be happy to go see it with you. In the meantime, we can take the scenic route through the Artisanal District and Newtown. Before we get started on that. Oh, right. I almost forgot. We have that request from the Epstein Foundation to work on. You guys get that ID slot expansion thing done finally? Yes. Entry to the Garten has been established for parties other than Arkwright and his allies. As I explained previously, we can find portal entrances within urban areas by utilizing this shard search application. Although there are other groups apart from us who have enlisted the help of. Since we've already have a number of tasks on our plate as it is, we can set that request aside for now. Set aside your first major assignment since joining the Foundation? I don't think so. This takes just as much priority as everything else. I'd also like to know what the Society's up to, so let's add that to the planner for this morning. That should be good. That sound good to everyone? Sure. I'm game for whatever. I swear, Reen, I really do worry for you. You become more of a smooth operator every damn year. Huh? He has joined the party. Toa is now accompanying the party. While Toa does not actively participate in battle, she will provide various forms of support as an extra member. And it just goes over extra members. Basically, they'll just be here to not do anything, but they'll kind of help you in battle. Shard Search is now available in Reen's route. In order to progress, you must complete the first zone via the portal in either the Artisanal District or Newtown. By the way, Reen, that Nuss Tort we had reminds me. Didn't Arkwright ask you for something during that Mixer Marduk put on? Right, it's about that Sweets review blog of his. He wants us to share the details with him if we have come across any worth it recommending. Yeah, that's Van for you. Well, in that case, why don't I handle sending over whatever data we collect? Altina has the Garten to worry about, and I can bundle them with our 4 SPG reports while I'm at it. Thank you, Instructor Toa. Sorry to put you through the extra trouble. We appreciate it. You can now update the Sweets blog in Reen's route. You can now rest or make reports in the guest room at Hamilton's residence. Essentially just saying you can do everything you can previously, but here in Reen's route. And here we are. The squad. Holy, this takes me back to a year ago. Well, we can just quickly talk about them. Fee is one of my favorite characters in the game. She is my second favorite character in the series. She's only next to Kevin. I absolutely love Fee, and if we go look at statuses, you'll see that Fee is an evasion tank. It's actually kind of hard to see, but if you just look at evasion, she comes with a natural 14. She is really, really solid. She's also known as Sylphid. That is her, that's her Bracer rank name, but also her old name. She is more attack than magic, whereas we have Altina here, who is more magic than attack. Then we have Reen and Crow, who are just absolute units in their own right. Reen is a little bit stronger than Crow, but Crow has a little bit higher accuracy and crit chance. I mean, they're both just so strong. I'm very excited to be playing with them. I think you could, what was that, check portrait? Yeah, a portrait of them. It's going to be so cool. If you want to, you can also go to equip. They have their own slots that you can equip, and you can freely change it in and out. I believe if I wanted to, let's go see something that Reen has equipped. The Vintage Ring is currently on Judith, and if you wanted to, you could just take that and put it on these characters. It's tough to say what I would recommend. The reason for it is that you have 3 separate routes. You really have 2 options you can take. You can either A, give every character something on all routes, or B, just wait till the end of the game when all the characters usually just come together to start giving them the best equipment. That way you can have the best equipment on your final team, since you don't really know who you're going to be using at this point. I do know I'll be using Fee. She will be my evasion tank probably at the end of the game. I just love Fee. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be using any of these 3. My caster will 100% be Kevin. And then at that point, honestly, I'll probably just run Reen and Van just to get my protagonists out of the way. But yeah, this is the squad, and I'm very excited. We will, of course, be running around as a Fee, because I absolutely love Fee. But now, we get to do a little bit of exploring. We're going to be doing some shard searches in town, just like usual, while we explore Basel. And while we're going around exploring, I do want to quickly talk about the game going forward. So, up to this point, while we were in Van's route, essentially, what we did was we were going through each of the different districts, doing side quests, then going to do a dungeon, and then once we're done with the dungeon, we would move on to the next time of day, and then we would repeat that over and over again. Well, this is a little bit different. Generally speaking, what's going to be happening going forward is that each group will have their own destination that they're going to be going to. I want to avoid that. Each person will have their own destination they're going to be going to. We'll essentially explore doing side quests in that destination. Usually there's only 1, maybe 2 maps to do. Then after we're done with that and we've completed our dungeon, then we will go ahead and choose a different route, because this will come to an end. So it's going to feel a lot quicker, I think a lot faster paced now that we're really into the nitty gritty of the game, because now it'll only be 2 episodes for each group before we go ahead and swap back to another group. So, with that said, I'm only going to step in here because there are some shards we want to get, so let's go ahead and step inside the Bracer Guild. Right then, Blanca is going to focus on the cases by the factories this afternoon. It sure has been a big help having you here since yesterday, Gray. Definitely. Thanks to you, I was able to concentrate on the outskirts this morning. What do you say? Why not transfer to the Basel branch permanently? I'm glad I could help. And it's flattering of you to offer. but I really do have to go back soon. I'm sorry I can't stick around and give you the help you need. Oh, how dutiful of you. Hey, Alex. Hey, Gray. Sorry to barge in like this. Good to see you again, Fee. I'll be heading back to the capital soon. Say, are these guys the... Yes, I'm Marine Schwarzer. I attended Thor's with Fee back in Erebonia. Now that you mention it, didn't Toa go there too? Yep, except I was in the class before theirs, and these two are... It's an honor to make the acquaintance of the Empire's heroes, including the ones who have gone a bit more unseen. Oh, we're not that big a deal. Can't say I know what you mean by the last comment there. I am a little concerned about a few things, like why you're here now. But as fellow feathers of the Radiant Wings during the war, I'm sure we can build a working relationship. Guess even the Republic's guild is paying attention to this little event. They're not in any position to participate, so I doubt they'll do anything more than keep an eye on the situation. You're not wrong, but it looks like things have calmed down in Basel. Sure, but with the economic boom and influx of tourists, there's been a definite increase in our workload. It's nothing compared to the capital, though, and we do have a number of capable bracers. We should be fine even if Fee continues to work with her classmates. Glad to hear it. Anyway, I heard from Fee about you guys standing in as proxy Spriggans. Sounds like you found your niche, even if you are only using it as a platform for your own activities. Come to think of it, there have been rumors of 4SPGs popping up even though Arkwright's not around anymore. I'm glad you guys will be handling them. I'm surprised you're familiar with the subject. We worked with Vane on them on a few occasions. All the same, I feel bad for borrowing Fee. 4SPGs aside, I hope there's something we can do to pay the guild back. You really don't have to worry about that. But with Gray going home, there might be stuff the Basel branch can't go around too. Monster exterminations for one. Oh, I did hear Mr. Arkwright had accepted a lot of those kinds of jobs for the guild. That's right. We did ask Van for his aid in that regard. If you're acting on his behalf, I suppose it'd be okay to share these details. Yeah, we just get a free to-do list item here. It's a bounty. We'll go take care of it later. Leave him to us. This reminds me of the special operations we had during our time at Thor's. We should probably be ready for requests that differ from those quite a bit, though, given the line of work. Either way, it probably won't be too far off from the kind of stuff I deal with. We've already chosen to use the 4SPGs to gain a foothold here, so let's make sure we do it right. I'm going to be entrusting you with some work regardless. Anyway, Fee and I are friends, so I hope I'll be able to help you if something comes up. And this isn't me speaking for the guild or anything, but we're really rooting for you. Thank you.
All right.
And so we have a little quest here that we can do. And we can travel there whenever we want, but the real reason we're in here is because if we head upstairs, we can find some shards back here. And we'll go ahead and head back downstairs and back outside. And from here, we're going to run past the 4SPG board. And we need to go... We'll just start here. We can go back up. But down here will be some more shards right there. And then over here, we're going to start getting into a little bit more confusing. Because in here, inside this tavern, is going to be another one. But we need to go upstairs. There it is. Perfect. And then we'll go ahead and head back down and outside. And then right up here, all the way at the end of this pathway, we will have some more shards. And we can go ahead and investigate this. This will be the Garten.
Our reward's been deposited.
But I don't want to interact with it just yet. Just wanted to show it off. Then we do need to go ahead and walk in here, as there's going to be more shards for us.
You're one hell of a riot, lass. Who can match someone capable of toying with that stubborn professor?
I wasn't toying with him or anything. We just get along. He didn't even get angry when my special mustard rounds exploded during my Panzer Soldat armament experiment. I wish I could have seen that Professor Schmidt covered in a mustard. The fact that he didn't make a big deal about it is pretty impressive. What can I say? The goddess seems to like me.
She just fits right in, doesn't she? That's our mint.
She was doing maintenance until late, so she stayed the night. Maybe we should thank them again.
The time I spent working on that tier thing of yours was worth it. There's no denying that it's an older model, but the refinement that's been done is nothing short of extraordinary. Truly the jewel of the Empire. I learned a lot.
You're giving us too much credit. Wish George and Makarov could hear your compliments.
That young lady
we were working with sure was clumsy, though, wasn't she? Let's just say her way of dealing with trouble is stimulating.
He wasn't all that.
I don't think that was a compliment. Thank you for everything. Because of you, we'll be all in top shape for the exercise. Looking forward to facing off against the rumored new assault frame.
It's actually undergoing maintenance right now in another location. Yang is overseeing it directly and is doing everything he can to make sure it's ready to go.
You mean Professor Cronkite, developer of the assault frames? The man they say surpasses even Epstein's 3 disciples?
But shouldn't he be in the middle of working on the space program right now?
Oh yeah, Yang's doing this in his spare time. Way I hear it, he's got some countermeasures to deal with your machines. So make sure you don't lose focus.
Huh, appreciate the warning, but you sure you should be helping us out like that?
Of course, it's only natural we'd want the machines we worked on to be put to the test. Besides, I'm curious which one will come out on top, Yang's new creation or the heroes of the Empire.
Oh my Giscard, you're just a little boy with his action figures, aren't you? I'm rooting for you too, everyone. Give it your best later, okay?
We will, thanks. Now, unfortunately, where are they? Are they not here? I thought our mechs were going to be here. Well, they're not the original mechs because, as you guys know if you played Cold Steel, our original mechs are gone forever. And I do not think even plot could get them back, unfortunately, because the plot is the reason they're not here anymore, which is very, very sad because Velnor, was that his name? The Ashen Knight. He was one of the coolest things we'd ever had in a Trails game. Go ahead and grab this. I could have sworn you were a different character at first, and I got shocked. And I believe that is every single thing we can get as in terms of shards. So, per usual, now what we're going to be doing is going around and picking up all of the things we can buy. There's actually not many places. There's only 3 places to pick stuff up at. So we'll go ahead and just head on back down. We'll do shard searches again just in case, but I am pretty sure I got them all. I'm going the wrong way. We'll start over here at the little maintenance area. We can talk to him. We can do modifying orbments. I don't believe there's any new ones. What's Revolution again? Ranged Arts Effect +1. Yeah, I don't think there's anything new there. Plugins, we do have some more, so we'll buy the Umbra Cracker, Cataract Wave. Before we get into a fight, we do need to remember to equip some plugins on our guys here. Because we got the next tier of plugins. Lost Mobius. And that's it. Customize. Are they already... No, they're up to level 2, though. And then we'll go ahead and trade in our Sepith Master real quick just to get it done with. And then buy items. We got the Multi-Tool Knife, as well as Mechanics Goggles. We do want to pick these up. And then I want to say that's all of them, because, yeah, rare items is just Magic Droplet. And now we'll go ahead and I actually don't think there are Connect events with these characters. There might be, but I don't think there are. We can go ahead and give that to Fee. Oh, no, you still have something else for me? Oh, is it trade? No, we've already done all this. Oh, it's going to be trade, huh? Yep. We can trade for the tier 3s, so let's just go ahead and get all those crossed off. Perfect. And that's it for here. Now we'll go ahead and run over here. And we'll go into this tavern now, and we'll actually go get this little event over here in the corner. We can also pick up the Blissful Kirschdort Stone-Baked Hamburger Steak and the Hamburger Steak Soul Chef. And of course, let's go ahead and just quickly learn that. Is that the same? Hold on, let me go eat this real quick.
Thanks for the
our gourmet.
Thanks for the meal.
Okay, that's Reen. I thought he was about to say, love me a sugar rush. But let's go check.
We earned it.
can we cook it? And is it the same as the other thing we just had? No, handmade hamburger steak. Let's go ahead and make one of these. We're out of fresh eggs, so we'll need to pick some more of those up soon. But there we go. And then we're honestly almost done. We'll just go ahead and go talk to you guys, but I think these are just completely random characters. You must be tired after your overnight train ride, Lila. Oh, Lila was coming here. Why was Lila coming here? I don't remember. But I remember in Van's Act 1, she said something about that. I really appreciate you coming out here, especially with how busy your store in the capital must be. That's quite all right. They've already apprised me of the situation. The reason they are not going to have Lila and Fee talk in the same cutscene is because it's the same voice actor. I do believe my old skills as a maid will prove fully applicable, so please allow me to put them to use. Huh, that's reassuring to hear. Huh? Lila, what are you doing in Basel? Why, if it isn't Miss Herschel, I never expected to see you here. Do you two know each other? Yes, Lila runs the Liberal boutique back in Edith. She even helped out with the Aramis Academy Festival. I did want to thank you for letting me participate. That aside, I presume these are the rumored members of Thor's? Wait, seriously? What, you've heard of us? Well, you are quite famous in some circles. I actually helped with negotiations during the secret development of the Arce 2. During the Retributive Tower incident? I had no idea. Seems she's not just anybody, huh? This is the first time I'm hearing of this, too. But why are you, of all people? Well, I guess you could ask the same of us. Your circumstances do have me curious as well, but it isn't my business to pry. Nevertheless, I wish you the best of luck in your pivotal endeavors. Same to you. Well, hey, fate must have brought us together for a reason. How about we exchange private numbers and hash it out? Crow. I heard the rumors, but they really do make a motley crew. Yes, depending on how things go, we may be seeing them later. What does that mean, Lila? You're a maid. I genuinely have no idea what she could be talking about. And finally, we'll come over here to, I think this is just a vending machine. And we'll interact with this to get a ginger lemonade. And that, I believe, is all the stuff we can buy. As of right now, let's quickly use our food. And all we have left is to go over here and interact with the bulletin board. Hollow core head scratcher. A bulletin board. Is this where requests for fixers are posted? That's right. They're on pieces of paper with the 4SPG symbol, mixed in with your everyday notices and flyers. Since Van's been to Basel before, it won't be long until more requests are posted here, with us having spread that a Spriggan arrived. In that case, it would be prudent of us to check the boards at routine intervals. That's a neat little system he cooked up. Where'd he even get the idea from? But it's way less intimidating for your average Joe to put up a request here than to bring it directly to a fixer. I think that's Van's way of showing consideration to his clients. It's definitely a different way of going about it compared to our special ops missions. We might learn a thing or two from doing this. Looks like a request has already been put up. Well, when we have the time, we should go hear them out. And all we have left to do is explore Basel by going, and I believe we actually have to complete the Grim Garden before we can leave here. However, we're going to go ahead, and before we end off this episode, I do want to go ahead and do this side quest real quick. So let's go ahead and head over here. Actually, are we going to be able to? Can we go? We can't, Planner launched. I don't actually know if we can do this yet. Well, at the very least, I'm going to try, and if we get locked, we won't do it yet. What could have gone wrong? I just don't get why this is happening. Excuse me, are you the Associate Professor Athena? Yes, that would be me. The Athena part, anyway. As for the Associate Professor, I'm still not used to it. It's a lot of responsibility to take on all at once, so... Never mind. Is there something you need from me? I don't exactly have a lot of time right now. See, I'm actually waiting for somebody. Because of the 4SPG you put on the bulletin board, correct? Sorry, we should have introduced ourselves first. We're from Thor's, and we're acting on behalf of Arkwright Solutions. Huh? on behalf of... I was hoping Mr. Arkwright would come himself like he did last year. Hey, no need to be so disappointed. Our crew can get the job done just as well as his, guaranteed. Right. Once we put our minds to something, we give it our all. What now? I feel a little more comfortable with someone I already know. Should I just tell them to go? No, but that won't make anything better. Alright, I'll, accept your help. Thing is, my request is about a certain hollow core Mr. Arkwright helped me with previously. Do you mind if I give you a summary? Sure, let's do it. Of course. I take it you're talking about Basel. The hollow core your posting said was functioning properly. That's correct. Mr. Arkwright tested her for me just last year. She's equipped with an AI designed by Professor Cronkite to have an evolving personality. One that starts as an innocent little girl and matures over time into a grown adult, to be specific. It's that advanced? I'd known about improvements in performance, but to think AI research had progressed to such a point. Cronkite, the same egghead working on the new assault frame for the space program, huh? Arkwright's Hollow is nothing to sneeze at either, though, from what we've heard. True, except that one was developed by Marduk. Right, Mare. The professor actually used her as a starting point for designing Basel. Since last year, we've been conducting a variety of tests over and over to encourage her growth. We even started implementing her into facilities around the city on a trial basis, with permission from the Vern Company's CEO. The resulting data was then integrated back into the latest version of Basel, but then... that's when the problem started. It might be faster if you experience it for yourselves. This here's Basel version 1.20 beta. Could you try equipping it and seeing how she reacts? Sure, we'll get right on it. Equip the holocore to Reen via the court screen of the orbit menu and check her voice. Okay, we'll go ahead and press X to switch holocores. This is our holocore switching tutorial. Ryuki is his default one. I just want to remember that because I probably want to switch it back. Oh, that is just the exact same as Katre's Basel. Okay. Nobodies. Hey, what's with the smack talk? Yeah, I thought you said she talked like an innocent little girl. Sorry about her. She didn't used to be so rude, really. I think I follow. All those tests around the city caused her to develop in ways you didn't foresee. That's right. Originally, she had a sweet, lovable, service industry-friendly personality. But for whatever reason, this iteration has a blatant penchant for mocking and ridiculing people. At this rate, Basel's going to grow up into a hooligan, and after all the care I put into raising her... No need to be upset. I think we have a grasp on what you're asking for now. You want us to suss out the cause, yeah? Whatever it is that made her this way. Yes, knowing that should help me let me fix her before it's too late. Understood. We'll see what we can figure out. If there is a particular factor, then it is likely related to those trial runs. The odds are high. Could we ask what these tests entail exactly? We allowed Basel to handle various jobs in the city under human supervision. And not simple ones either. They each require a level of judgment while still leaving room to step in should things go awry. Awry? Not array. Specifically, she worked at the Aerotram platform and movie theater in Newtown, as well as Giskard Workshop. Pretty varied set there. Makes me kind of curious what they had her do. Sounds like we better stop by all three of those places and find out then. I'm counting on you. Basel's future is in your hand.
All right.
So the reason I don't know if we'll be able to complete it yet is because we do have to go to, we have to go to Newtown, and I don't know if it's going to let us before we complete the Grim Garten. So if I click Go To, I only have access to the Artisanal District. So that's why I'm like, I think we might have to come back after we do Grim Garten, but we can at least start this. I believe we just have to use it on any of them, and they'll all start talking about it.
Got a sec?
Oh, look who's back. Something else you needed.
Yes, you see. Group explained the Basel's unusual behavior. Well, that's unexpected, especially for something Yang designed. Wait, so she grows in functionality and personality? Talk about amazing. But, why is that a problem again? Athena wanted to know the cause of this unexpected divergence. Could you tell us the details of her implementation trial there?
Not a problem. Follow me. Also, compile a list of inventory changes following yesterday's Tierfing maintenance.
Okay, all done.
What? Already?
Wow, she took all the time and manpower right out of the equation. This feature was implemented for this test on an experimental basis.
I've used the function a few times myself, and truth told, the accuracy's on the edge of decent. What she spits out still got plenty of gaps and gaffs, so we do have to tweak it after the fact. But damn if a few defects don't make the bugger more endearing for it.
Come on, boss, I told you to speak more properly in front of Posel. She's just a little girl. Try to have some delicacy.
Quit being so obsessive. AI is just that artificial.
It's not as if it can't understand their sentiment, though.
Agreed. Even if she isn't perfect, you can have a reasonable natural exchange with her.
Modern artificial intelligence at its core is built off of an aggregation of past data and knowledge, after all. Discounting the super technology that forces behind the scenes work with it, it's a field with plenty of room for improvement, too.
Either way, getting to use her like this has been a right blessing for us. I don't recall any funny signs of that personality shift you mentioned.
Zilch, huh?
Damn, this one's a toughie. Still, any information is good information.
Hey, boss, can I talk with Postal too?
No skin off my back, so do what you like. Won't make your response any less canned, though.
Great, time to see if I can question my way around the terminal's confidential data protections. Postal, who set up the access policy and what for?
Hold on a sec. Hey, cut that out before it actually answers.
If Mint arrived prior to the test, then perhaps she is the root cause.
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet.
And I don't think I can progress the quest, which kinda sucks. I'll go check, because back in Daybreak 1, when the last time we were here, all we had to do was, because we actually couldn't fast travel to Newtown first, we had to run down here first and actually travel across this way. If this works, we might be in luck. Hold on. There's also some side quests down here, but we're only coming here for the topics. We're not going to do anything else down here. Down here is going to have like its own little section after the Grimgarten. So this is Basel's new town. Didn't really get a good look at it last night. It even looks cutting edge. Doesn't it? Compared to Roar's stately look, this feels more elegant.
That large building there is Vern HQ, right?
Yep, the core of the Republic's industry. It brings multiple companies together, and recently they even joined the Tech Union. At this time, we can't say whether or not they're involved with today's event.
I see. Perhaps we should be polite and say hello to the people involved.
There's a number of other interesting places worth checking out, too. So, again, we'll come back here to do our shopping and everything else later. For now, let's come up here and use our topic.
This is an aero tram, huh? The Empire's trams don't even compare.
The Basel Institute of Science bound tram will be departing shortly. Oh, you're the guy who came to the shop earlier. Good luck with your afternoon lectures. Thanks, Posy Poo. I'll give it my all.
That was an awfully tailored response. Does she actually remember everybody who comes through?
Maybe she's combining set phrases based on information recorded on people's access cards. I wonder if she'd react to us walking past right now. This is only a trial run, so the ones she speaks to are likely limited to those going to the Institute of Science. I'm somewhat jealous. Welcome to the Aerotram platform. Oh, if it isn't the group from Thor's. Something the matter? Did you misplace your card, perhaps?
Nah, nothing like that. We just had a little question for you.
Possible adverse influences on Postal. Unfortunately, nothing noteworthy comes to mind.
Doesn't sound like there's any major trouble here either. If anything, you'd think the turnstiles would be swarming with guys hoping to hear a cute girl give them the time of day.
As a matter of fact, they are every now and then. Generally speaking, however, Postal has improved considerably. Her directions are sound, and she'll even limit her conversations during ever-early mornings and other busy hours. She can account for that? Recolor me impressed. Interacting with the multitudes of people entering and exiting must provide her with all more data to grow from.
With traffic that high, though, it'd be difficult to pin down a single factor.
Yeah, this request might be trickier than meets the eye.
My apologies for not being of more help. Postal has grown on me as well, so I wish you the best of luck sorting this out. And finally, we'll go to our last location, which is going to be at the cinema, which is... Am I blind? Looking for cinema echelon counter. It's not New Ord Road. It's not in the artisanal district. I see the problem. It's that blue marker, because we can go watch a movie today. That's why I was confused. So we'll come down here and use our topic on the receptionist.
Movies, right?
Yep. Sounds like they just built.
Group explained Postal's unusual behavior. That doesn't sound like our little Poselli at all. I mean, she's done nothing but good for us here at the cinema in more ways than one. Poselli, you're quite attached, it sounds like. What sort of tasks does she perform here? Well, she primarily assists us here at the ticket counter. Let me demonstrate. Oh, Postal. I'd like a ticket for Crimson Fist. What times are available? Okay, let's see. The next showing seems to be full. We do have an open spot in the one after that. Row J, seat 14, about in the middle of the theater. Why not buy a juice or soda to sip on while you wait? As you can see, she offers suggestions to customers based on the relevant data. Sweet! Makes the whole process as quick and simple as it gets. Definitely seems handy, yeah. You said primarily, though. Are there any other things you have her help you with? As a matter of fact, she takes part in the actual screenings themselves, too. We've been experimenting with things like having her analyze scenes and adjust the volume accordingly. That's pretty involved. It certainly has the potential to elevate the experience. Upon getting approval from distributors, we hold limited public test screenings for those interested. In fact, we just so happen to have open seats for one right now if you'd like to see for yourselves. Well, if you're sure it wouldn't be any inconvenience. I can't repeat that one. I'm just gonna skip through this because this is a movie that we might actually see ourselves later. That movie really was something. I think my first Orbital film ever watched would be such a tempest of gore and profanity. I assume it's among the sexy, scintillating spectacles of Goaty infamy. Nah, this was by a different director, and a pretty unique one in their own right. Well, whatever they're putting down, I'm into. Might be cheesy and low budget, but that's what gives it much character. Sharkferno first hit theaters sometime last spring. Sometimes just saying words, man. When it came to releasing nationwide, though, the distributor deemed it in need of heavy modification. They then came to us with the re-edited version upon hearing about our test. Apparently it was just the opportunity they'd been waiting for. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed your optimized cinematic audio experience, courtesy of Little Poselli. There's no denying that the volume and sound effects mixing was excellent. She must be an awfully powerful holocore to be able to process all of that in real time. Yeah, and I thought I was amazed with her before. This was all very informative, thank you. Not at all. Come back and catch one of our normal showings too sometime. I will be later. Well, we managed to cover a whole lot of ground. Crazy how far AI's progressed, though. You figured it'll ever replace human beings in the workforce down the road? I recall Professor Epstein warning about something along those lines in his lifetime. The idea of a technological singularity, which came up in regard to Elysium 2 years ago as well. There is definitely much to chew on here, but I think I understand things a little better now that we've finished our rounds. May be that Postal was influenced by more than just one factor. Yeah, I was thinking the same. It's still only a hypothesis, though. Let's just sort out our intel as best we can and report it into the client. So, we'll go ahead and head on back to the Artisanal District, and we'll just go straight to the Quarry Tavern and Inn.
Let's head off.
And I do want to quickly just make sure that Reen's... Okay, he did go back to the Ryuki. Awesome. We'll go ahead and reapproach her one last time. Oh, hello everyone. How did it go? Did you learn anything about whatever's causing Postal to act up? Well, we can only speak hypothetically here, but her being a holocore AI, but after giving each testing location a quick check, I think I have a pretty good idea of what she was influenced by. Do you really? Well, don't leave me in suspense. What in the world was it? Postal was probably affected by multiple factors, and those are, we're going to choose, it doesn't actually matter, we're going to choose Aerotrain Platform, Orbital Movie Theater, and Giscard Workshop. I believe you could have turned this in earlier, but in order to get your plus 2 SP, you had to go to all of those locations. Finish selecting. What? But that's every location. From the researcher gushing over Postal at the Aerotrain Platform to the stream of dirty lines at the movies. Not to mention Giscard's rough and tumble lingo. As far as possible influences go, we're spoiled for choice. But it didn't feel right singling out just one. When it comes down to it, she's been being shaped by all of them at once, bit by bit. In short, it was the interaction of this feedback that resulted in the iteration of Postal. Such is our concluding hypothesis. No way. You're saying the implementation trials themselves are the cause? But that means, yes, in terms of fostering her development, you would call these legitimate test results. It should be possible then to restore Postal to her original state, if you stop integrating that data. That being said, I've been teaching at Thor's Military Academy for about 4 years now. And so far, not a single student of mine has grown the way I imagined they would. Every one of them learns in their own way, finds their own path, and steps out into the world. The way I see it, that's just what growth is. Hollow AI is still a product at the end of the day, so I won't call it a one-to-one comparison. But don't you think it'd be a bit of a waste to pretend that growth never happened? Oh. You might have a point. Pokel. He's a little quirky, but this too is one of Pokel's possible outcomes. If you think about it, this could be a huge leap for self-improving AI. As one of her foster parents, so to speak, I shouldn't be so quick to reject it. Of course, we'll still have to restore Pokel to original state for future marketability's sake. But I think I'll try keeping this alternate version of Therese on the side too. That sounds like a good idea. Might be tough to use for public services, but I bet you could still find a market. Yeah, some people might get a kick out of a saucy, devilish hollow core. Really? I guess I wouldn't know. I'll admit it, it made me a little nervous at first having strangers show up instead of the Spriggan from last time. But in the end, I learned an important lesson from this, and it's all thanks to you guys. We're just glad to be of service. Afterwards, the Associate Professor Athena officially made the other version of Pokel into its own hollow core. She then gifted it to Reen's group as a reward for fulfilling the request and for further testing. And we earn an additional 2 SP.
Our reward's been deposited.
And we get a little bit of law. And we get Alter Pokel. And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wind things down here. We explored part of Basel, but as you saw, we still have a little bit more to explore. But we still have to go into the Grim Garden, which we'll be starting with next episode. I will see you guys then.